Hello friends, I am Heidi Sherwin. Thank you for clicking play and taking time for you. In this practice, you will explore some variations of reclined pigeon pose or resting pigeon. Now, pigeon pose is a great posture, or reclined pigeon is a great posture to bring some care and ease to the lower back, hips, and into the legs. So the shape of reclined pigeon brings one leg into external rotation. So as I'm sitting right now, my legs are externally rotating. But we'll be focusing on one side at a time. So just know that each side as we practice today might feel different, right? So taking care of you. So I'm showing you here some external rotation of the thigh as it relates to the hip. Now to create this action, the knee is also involved. So noticing today too how reclined pigeon helps or takes care of the area around your knees. So we'll be doing this in a reclined position. You will want 2 blocks or a stack of books, maybe about 4 thick books. And when I say use 1 blocks, if you're using books, use 2 books. When I say use 2 blocks, you'll gather 4 books to stack a little bit higher. You may also wish to have a pillow nearby. So I'm going to grab mine right now. A pillow, or maybe even just a folded blanket that you can rest behind your head. All right, so this practice is going to be completely on your back. So finding your space, have something to rest your head on, have your books or blocks nearby. You may also wish to have a yoga strap available. Right. All right, friends, lowering down onto your back. Now as you settle here, knees are bent, feet to the earth, just taking a moment to land on your back. Maybe even rest your hands kind of just below the lower ribs into the upper belly region. And beginning where you are today, getting a sense of how you're feeling in the body. Compassionate check-in. And allowing that check-in and that intelligence to be there with you, thread it through this practice so that you navigate your needs with care. As I offer these variations of reclined pigeon pose, know that you can travel with me through each different phase, or there might be one that you land in that just feels so comfortable you don't want to push your edge anymore and you just want to land there and be there. This is your practice. Honor that. Honor what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. Make this practice your own. So as you settle here, allowing for 3 more breaths to come and go. And now we'll begin with the practice. We'll start with the left leg. With your left leg, bring the left thigh toward the body just for a moment, stepping it in. Almost if you were standing, you'd be marching with that left leg. And then set that down. And just allow the breath to wander and let it flow. We're not trying to sync up with the breath here. We're going to bring that thigh in one more time. Any amount, bring the thigh towards the belly. And then let that be. Right. And now with your hands, if not already, you're going to take your hands and allow them to rest out to the side. Maybe they're way out wide into a T, or you could even bend the elbows slightly for cactus arms. And now, here's the trick. You're going to let your head, neck, shoulders, arms, upper back be on vacation. chillaxing, hanging out. No need to strain, to lift, to pull, to try to move into the shape. We're going to be relaxed into that upper body, landing it to the earth. The movement, the action, the activity is going to come into the lower legs. All right, so from here, come back to the first action of drawing the left thigh towards the belly. Now start to rotate the leg open so you can rest the outer left ankle onto that right thigh. Here we are, first phase, resting pigeon. Take a moment to see how this feels for you. Adapt into it, wiggle it around, shift it around. Right. Pause, right foot to the floor. Allowing the left leg any amount, it's opening out, almost like you're turning the knob of a door open. Without forcing that thigh away from you. If you were to force it, you might notice tension around the knee. Just easing into it. Allow the body to find the shape that's appropriate right now. And then from here, we're going to move on by lifting the right foot off the ground. So taking your block, or if you're using books, grab a couple books. And you're going to place this block under the right foot. You're going to have to wiggle that in place. And I said the upper body was on vacation, but it has to do a little work here. So it gets to shift around, planting the right foot onto the block. Great. And then once there, again, relax into the upper body. So now we brought the right foot off the ground slightly, which now changed the orientation of that right thigh to the trunk of the body, which may or may not have changed the quality of experience around the left leg, left thigh, and the back. Speaking of the back, take a moment and allow the floor to hold you up without force. Just really settle into the ground. Maybe 2 to 3 more breaths here. And now we'll start to add on. Now you're going to take the other block and slide that on top of the first block. And you might need to adjust the upper body just for a moment as you shift into the second block, planting your right foot there. Again, I'm starting to notice this today. Once you take the right foot a little bit higher, it's bringing right thigh in towards the belly. It's bringing this rotated left leg closer to the belly and trunk as well, which again might change sensation. Stay level across your back. Notice if there's any tendency to tilt and rock off to the side. And then come in and breathe into the shape. There's nothing to rush, nothing to force. You might say, well, Heidi, I really don't feel anything. That's okay. Or maybe you feel something somewhere else. If you're thinking you need to feel only in this left hip area, maybe you notice sensation speaking to you in a different area of the body. Remember, this is your experience. You're the explorer. What are you finding in this moment? All right, so now next phase. Let's turn those toes up. So right toes are going to turn up to the ceiling. Great. Next phase, with the toes turned up, you're going to start to bring the right thigh towards the trunk. So now the right foot leaves the block and you move it towards your body. Again, listen to sensation all around legs, hips, lower belly, back, moving in a pain-free range of motion. This feels okay. You can start to relax that right foot, or it might feel nice to keep it flexed. Option here, moving on. Now you could take your hands, and if you can still keep the head, neck, and upper back on vacation, you're going to interlace your fingers around that right thigh. In order for me to do that, guess what? My right thigh got a little closer to my body, and I'm starting to feel even more stretch around my outer hip. You might notice it somewhere else, but I am noticing the volume going up in the experience here. Staying in my pain-free range of motion. allowing the body to breathe. And now from here, another variation. You could lower the heel of the right leg, lower it down, maybe hold on to the shin. This is where the strap might be comfortable. You could take the strap, place it comfortably over the shin, not right on the knee, it's a little bit lower. Relax the shoulders down without pulling too hard. You could rest the strap along the shin. Invite the right thigh close to the belly, allowing the body to breathe. Maybe 2 more breaths here. And now we're going to back out with care. If you were holding the strap or holding the shin, allowing that to be. Invite the legs to move away from the body slowly. Your foot will find the block. Okay. From here, let's leave the right foot on the block. And now guide the left leg so that you can turn it back to neutral. Left foot comes off the thigh. Give that leg a little stretch up to the sky. Maybe wiggle the ankle around. Give it an active stretch up through the leg, up through the toes. Maybe invite this quality of wanting to press the thigh away from you while you're also actively reaching up. Notice any counter effects of stretching up through this leg. And now slowly bring the leg all the way down, 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 down. Great. And then bring it in to neutral, where we started. Do that sequence on the other side. So it's a moment out of vacation for the upper body. We're going to move those blocks out of the way. We'll do that whole practice for the right leg. So have your blocks set up on the other side. Take a moment in neutral. We're starting all the way back where we started. Hands resting into that upper belly region. A moment to sense and feel the body breathing. Maybe noticing the quality of left side, right side. And then with your right leg, we're going to just bring the right thigh towards the belly. And then let that be. And again, bringing it towards the belly. Just bringing in hip flexion here. And let that be. And now this time, bringing the thigh towards the belly. And as you're doing so, rotate, like turning a door open, rotate the thigh. Outer right ankle is going to rest onto the left thigh. Right, so not too far up towards the knee. You'll find a comfortable spot to let it rest. And now without forcing, just allow the leg to fall open. Not pushing it away, forcing it away, watching the care around your knee, your hip. Your right foot could be flexed, or you could even relax that. And now with the arms for a moment, let them rest out wide or cactus arms, and put them in vacation mode. And now to start, lift up, taking one block and placing it under that left foot. Kind of wiggling out of your shape for a moment, finding where you need to place it, planting the left foot, bringing it up a little higher, means left thigh is getting closer. That might change sensation, or maybe not, into that right leg. So allowing the body to breathe, back settling to the earth, arms, upper back, neck and head on vacation. Soft rhythm to your breath. And then as you feel ready, you're going to add that second block. So taking that second block, placing it on that first one, gathering a little height. And as you rest the left foot and adjusting, seeing how that feels. And there's always that invitation. If going further does not feel good today for any reason, no judgment. Right leg's just saying, you know what? I want to go lower. move a block out of the way, or maybe it felt great just resting the foot to the ground in resting pigeon. And follow the lead of your natural intelligence. That helps you move gently through your practice. Maybe 2 more breaths here. And now, noticing the left toes, turn them up to the ceiling so you're a little more onto the heel of that left foot. That changes things a bit. Oh, I feel that. I actually feel that a little more across my left leg and my right leg. But what do you notice? And now we're going to start to move that left thigh. Bring the left foot off the block. Bring the left thigh towards the trunk of the body, moving slowly, generating a quality of experience that's pain-free range of motion, yet inviting in a comfortable stretch that you can still breathe with ease. Upper body on vacation, or if it's comfortable for you, you could interlace your fingers around the left thigh. Doing that where the head and neck are still hanging out on vacation. Maybe on the Bahamas here, they don't want to move, right? I'm trying to lift it out and try to create tension here. Allow that to rest. Again, the activity is in the lower body. The arms and hands are just accessories if it's available to hold the shape. And then you can also take hands to the shin. Now that bends the left knee a little bit more, lower the left heel, maybe interlace your hands around the shin, or take a strap, drape it with care over the shin, holding the strap, shoulders are relaxed, and you're using the downward movement of gravity to help too. That left heel lowers, and holding the shin closer to the leg. Notice the quality of sensation through that right hip, right knee, across the back. Maybe 2 more breaths here. And now invite that strap. If you were using that, allowing it to be. We're going to backtrack all the way out. Start to move the left thigh away. I love the descent away. It's like, that feels good. Yeah, and then from here, keeping the left foot on the strap. Right. You're going to release the right foot and stretch the foot towards the ceiling. So now we're turning that thigh back to a more neutral position. And a little play here. Imagine you want to push the thigh away from you, but simultaneously wanting to reach it up. A little subtle fine-tuning, not forcing it in any way, but moving the thigh away as you're reaching up. And now slowly lower the leg down, 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 until it lands. Letting it land, letting it drop, feeling the muscles around the legs, lower belly. Go on vacation too for a bit. All right. From here, let's move the blocks out of the way from the left foot. Both legs out long for a moment. Okay. And then bring the both feet in, knees bent. Okay. And then with one block, taking one block, placing it between the legs, the thighs. Kind of on the upward towards the knees, not on the knees, but like upward towards the knees instead of too far down. And you're very gently holding that block without allowing it to drop, just holding it with enough effort. Arms now, bring them by your side. Turn the arms so the palms face down. Notice the floor beneath your head. Let the head rest into the floor. Shoulder blades snuggle down to the floor, settling into the back. Ground your arms, ground your hands, ground your feet with a gentle hug to the block. Lift your hips up. Lifting up any amount, pressing into your feet. Coming into bridge pose. We're resetting now after that work of external rotation. of your thigh and hips for resting pigeon. Coming into bridge to help reset around the sacrum, the lower back, the hips, the thighs. It's also great for the knees here. One more breath. And now gently lower, bringing it down, 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 landing, landing. Let the effort be. Now you can remove the block, set that off to the side, and pausing here. As you pause here, allow the feet to go a little bit wider, and maybe rock the legs so the inner knees rest together. If that's not comfortable today, just allow the feet and knees to be neutral, resting neutral with your legs. Okay, but if it's okay today, feet a little wider, dropping the knees to touch, hands to the upper belly, or maybe it would feel nice to pause with arms out wide again in that I'm on vacation pose. We'll end here today. A moment to settle in, to sense how you are feeling after that focused practice of resting pigeon. Again, it's a great practice if you have a tendency for discomfort around the lower back, the hips, into the legs. You could do the practice of going through all the phases, or perhaps there was one phase that just felt awesome to you, and take a few moments in that every day. So here, sensing in. 3 more breaths for you. Gratitude to your time. Gratitude to your energy. May the benefits of this practice support you long after you come off of this mat, continuing on with your day. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share this practice with you. Have a wonderful day, friends.